Hi everyone. I have 15 ideas for 15 heroes that need to be added to the Marvel franchise that I made up. Number 1. Alright, here are the names of them. Number 1, the War Trucker. Real name, Kiefer Picard. Powers, knowledge of turning trucks into war trucks for the Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, Navy SEALs, and NASA. He has no superpowers. Kiefer Picard is a brilliant college student. He dreamed of one day he would build war trucks like his father, Timothy Picard. Only he wanted to make war trucks far more advanced. His father is a big-time billionaire. Then something happened. His father was working on the newest truck when Hydra broke into his factory. They wanted his plans to do world domination. He refused. Because of that, he was killed by Hydra. Kiefer got informed and was at his father's funeral. Later, he inherited his company. He began to build trucks using his father's ideas, and it was hidden in a big safe. He opened it and learned the truth that his father was a shield vehicle builder. His ideas for the trucks were a never-ending supply of fuel, steam, coal, solar, and electricity. And solar power, that is. Making trucks fly and his newest ideas were tank trucks, armored deuce and halves, and rocket trucks. He avenged his father by taking out Hydra's headquarters and fought crime all over New York City. He has two best friends, Cora Bastion and Mark Robin. He is 23 years old. His allies should be Cora Bastion, Mark Robin, S.H.I.E.L.D., the Avengers, and Ghost. His enemies should be Hydra, the Wrecking Crew, Lilith, Mandarin, Thunderbolts, and Sin. Number 2, Goldheart. Real name unknown. Powers able to control hellfire and shoot it from her chest and hands. Body as hard as gold, durability, super strength, and can control the fire element within her. Goldheart is a demon from Mephisto's realm. She is the daughter of Blackheart. Blackheart didn't like the way she looked, and she behaved on the good side instead of evil. So he demanded her to be killed. Ghost Rider, who found out about this, decided to break her out of Mephisto's realm and be sent to Earth where she will be safe. She joined up with the Avengers and Ghost Rider and fought crime ever since. Her age is unknown. Her allies should be Ghost Rider Alejandra Jones, Phantom Rider, Clea, Silver Surfer, Doctor Strange, and Power Princess. Her enemies should be Cosmic Ghost Rider, Blackheart, Mephisto, Galactus, Dormammu, Baron Mordo, and Thanos. Number 3, Tsunami Woman. Real name Zelda Cartwright. Powers able to generate underwater earthquakes using her hands and feet and control different sizes of tidal waves. Zelda Cartwright is a brilliant college student who studied tsunamis while in a college laboratory. She accidentally fell into a collider and started to generate seismic waves through her hands and feet. Also can create different sizes of tidal waves. She has been fighting crime all over her hometown, Jackson County, Missouri. She has four best friends: Thomas Wave, Angel Duke, Carl Solomon, and Theo Stone. She partners up with the Avenger Quake. Her age is 24. Her allies should be Thomas Wave, Angel Duke, Carl Solomon, Theo Stone, Quake, Miss America, the Avengers, She-Hulk, and the Daughters of Liberty. Her enemies should be the Atlanteans, the Submariner, Tiger Shark, Atuma, Hydra, and the Beyonder. Number 4, Dingo Man. Real name Nicholas Trotter. Powers: able to transform into a humanoid dingo. More stamina. He has more stamina of the dingo and can communicate with them. Plus, can run and cover long distances. Nicholas Trotter is a great student in college. He studied dingoes and wanted to see what it was like to have more stamina of the dingo. So he decided to do an experiment with the DNA to see if it would work for him. He got a hair sample of a dingo and began the experiment. He thought the experiment worked. It did. Then started suffering side effects, causing him to transform into a humanoid dingo. He has the extra stamina, super hearing. He can run and cover long distances and communicates with dingoes. He is 20 years old. His allies should be the future Avengers: Groot, Man-Thing, Wolfsbane, and the Avengers. His enemies should be Kraven the Hunter, Titanium Man, Doc Green, Norman Osborn, and the Serpent Society. 5. Number 5, Lady Saturn. Real name Shita Belova. Powers: able to create Saturn's rings that are made of dust, ice, and rocks. She can generate them storms that have Saturn's gas that she can control from within her body. Shita Belova is not related to Yelena Belova. She's a brilliant young woman. She graduated from college and went to train in the Red Room. She trained and became a super soldier. Later, she worked for SWORD and got an assignment to check out the planet Saturn and its moons. Her assignment was going well until the ship she was on with a crew of 5 people got caught in Saturn's gravity. She sent a distress call to SWORD, and they sent another ship. Later, she got exposed to the planet's gases. She got rescued and got taken back. To their discovery, she could create rings that looked just like Saturn's and generate storms from within her body. She has one best friend, Monique Stream. She is 25 years old. Her allies should be Monique Stream, SWORD, Guardians of the Galaxy, Moondragon, X-Men, the Shi'ar Empire, and Wong. And her enemies should be Ego, the Living Planet, the High Evolutionary, Galactus, Doctor Doom, Star Fox, and Silver Surfer. Number 6, Dunkleastu's Man. Real name Sousuke Hayden. Powers: transforms into an actual Dunkleastu's. Armored body, joint-necked, powerful swimmer, breathes underwater, sharp teeth that can break bones, and can revert back into human. Sousuke Hayden is a brilliant scientist who studied prehistoric fish. His favorite prehistoric fish was the Dunkleastu's. He studied the giant fish and knew it would be terrifying if it existed, in the oceans of present day Earth. So he decided to clone this fish and bring it back to life. He got some DNA from a fossil of one from a museum. He tried to clone it, but it failed. Only little did he know was that the fossil that was discovered was really covered in chemicals. When he decided to test it on himself, he made a pill with the experiment inside it. Then he ate it. He thought it failed again, so he decided to go for a swim in the Pacific Ocean. As he was swimming, something happened. He suddenly began to transform into an actual Dunkleosteus. He was shocked and realized his experiment worked. He used his powers to protect the oceans from the forces of evil. He rescued the Atlanteans from Atuma and Tiger Shark too. He has three best friends: Clara Frost, Patty Dunkle, and Peter Fuentes. His powers only work when he's in water. His allies should be the Atlanteans, Clara Frost, Patty Dunkle, Peter Fuentes, Submariner, Namorita, the Fantastic Four, and the Avengers. His enemies should be Atuma, Tiger Shark, Stingray, Hydro-Man, Kang the Conqueror, Hydra, and Roxxon Industries. Number 7. Sandwoman. Real name Celeste Thatch. Powers. Same powers as Sandman. She can make herself bigger and form sand walls, fists, spikes, fortresses, and other weapons to defend herself. Also can create sandstorms and tornadoes. Celeste Thatch is a very special woman. She lost her parents because of Flint Marko. She was 7 years old when Sandman buried her family alive in a huge sand pile. Later, she was raised by a scientist named Rose Jun. She knew her mother, Katrina Thatch. Celeste wanted to avenge her parents' deaths, but she didn't know where to start. Celeste and Rose went to the Sahara Desert in Liberia, Africa. Someone was dumping atomic and nuclear waste, and they were asked to investigate who was behind this. They discovered who was behind it. It was AIM. They called it in and got caught spying on them. They were doing experiments to have someone control sand by using both wastes, and they chose Celeste to be the final test subject. She had to do it or else she won't see her friend again. She accepted, and they began the experiment. It created a sandstorm filled with both radiation. The experiment succeeded, and she got the same powers as Sandman. Later, she attacked them and arrested them. Later, she learned to control her powers. She fought Sandman alongside Spider-Man and other villains. She has three best friends: Felicia Foster, Ben Glover, and Nico Dalton. She is 25 years old. Her allies should be Rose Jun, Felicia Foster, Ben Glover, Nico Dalton, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Rescue, Pepper Potts, Iron Fist, and Spider-Man Miles Morales. Her enemies should be Sandman, AIM, MODOK, Venom, Black Cat, and the Wrecking Crew. Number 8. Dr. Sauropod. Real name Robert Dursley. Powers: transforms into all sauropod dinosaurs: Apatosaurus, Shunosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Seismosaurus, Armagosaurus, Alamosaurus, Argentinosaurus, Saltosaurus, and Zegongosaurus. And he can revert back to human. Robert Dursley is a great scientist who studied dinosaurs. His favorite ones were the sauropod species. One day he traveled to the Savage Land, home of Khazar. Strange things have been going on over there. As he investigated, he discovered that the Sinister Six had been stealing baby sauropod hatchlings from different species and genetically modifying them. He decided to inform Khazar, and he did. Khazar showed up as fast as he could. They freed the hatchlings. However, Robert was attacked by the hatchlings of the different species. Then he passed out. Later, he woke up in a hospital in New York, and then left when he recovered. Then something happened. He transformed into the different species and got the strength of adult sauropods and fighting skills. Plus, he can turn back to normal. He has one best friend, Sutton Walker. He fought alongside the Avengers and Khazar. He is 28 years old. His allies should be Sutton Walker, Khazar, Shanna the She-Devil, Zabu, Avengers, and Charles Xavier. His enemies should be the Sinister Six, Serpent Society, Juggernaut, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and Fin Fang Foom. Number 9. The Andrewsarchus. Real name Kent Wexler. Powers: can transform into a humanoid Andrewsarchus. Super strength, camouflage, stealth, strong sense of smell, and super hearing plus night vision. Kent Wexler is a great student after graduating from junior high school. He is born with powers. He can transform into a humanoid Andrewsarchus. Super strength, camouflage, stealth, strong sense of smell, super hearing, and night vision. He got control over his powers at the Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. He has been working alongside the X-Men and the Avengers. He has 3 best friends, Hisako Lotus, Anna Dillon, and Ken Crow. His allies should be Hisako Lotus, Anna Dillon, Ken Crow, the X-Men, Avengers, Ant-Man, Nadia Van Dyne, and the Winter Guard. His enemies should be the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, Grizzly, Darren Cross, the Leaper, Batroc the Leaper, the Phoenix Force, and Cassandra Nova. Number 10. Madame Dimorphodon. Real name April Welch. Powers: able to transform into an actual Dimorphodon. Super strength, wings to fly, eyesight of the Dimorphodon, sharp claws, sharp teeth, and can turn back into a human. April Welch is a great young woman with a great personality. She studied about the Dimorphodon. She wanted to see what it was like to be it. She visited the Savage Land to try and study one. She found a nest. Then she got attacked by a Dimorphodon because it was protecting its nest. Then she found a tooth of the dinosaur on her pants. She decided to create a serum using the tooth as the main ingredient because it had the DNA inside it. She grinded it into powder and added it to her formula, to the serum. Then she injected it into her bloodstream, and she transformed into an actual Dimorphodon. She has super strength, wings to fly, strong eyesight, sharp claws, sharp teeth, and can turn back into a human. Her powers only work whenever she gets angry or outraged. She is 22 years old. Her allies should be Storm, Cloud9, Avengers, Kazar, Moon Girl, Dinosaur, and Devil Dinosaur. Her enemies should be Magneto, MODOK, Rhino, Kraven the Hunter, Puppet Master, Mole-Man, Jean Grey, and the Morlocks. Number 11. The Crested Porcupine. His real name, Dave Husky. Powers: built a suit covered in spikes and armor. He can shoot them at his enemies. His suit of armor and spikes is shaped like an African crested porcupine. Dave Husky is a brilliant inventor. He wanted to build a suit of armor with weapons such as spikes, tranquilizer darts, blow darts, crossbows, and arrows. He built his suit and tested it successfully. He wanted to make sure no one can steal his idea, so he wrote all his notes and plans on copies backwards so they couldn't understand them. He worked for Stark Industries along with Tony Stark. He teamed up with the Avengers and fought crime. His suit is shaped like an African crested porcupine. He is 20 years old. His allies should be Iron Man, War Machine, the Avengers, Ironheart, Squirrel Girl, and Spider-Woman. His enemies should be Porcupine, Hydra, Hammer, Roxxon, Darren Cross, Abomination, and Grey Gargoyle. Number 12. Sloth Bear Woman. Real name, Nichelle Starr. Powers: can transform into a woman-sized sloth bear. She has super strength, sense of smell, sharp claws, and roars like a sloth bear. Nichelle Starr is a very great lady who became a scientist in studying bears. Her favorite was the sloth bear. She wanted to have the strength of the bear and use it to take on the dangerous villain Grizzly. He killed her husband, sister, and her brother because they owed him money. She created a serum using sloth bear hair that she ground into powder and tested it on herself. Then something happened. She transformed into a woman-sized sloth bear. She has super strength, sense of smell, sharp claws, and roars like a sloth bear. The serum worked a little too well. She tried to fix herself, but she couldn't cure it. So she teamed up with the Avengers and took on Grizzly and other villains and put Grizzly in prison. She is 22 years old. Her allies should be Avengers, Beast, Wolverine, Wasp, Black Panther, Shang-Chi, and the Daughters of Liberty. Her enemies should be Grizzly, Mr. Negative, Hobgoblin, Norman Osborn, Sentry, Rhino, Red Ghost, and the Dark Avengers. Number 13. Leopard Seal Girl. Real name, Aggie Lithgow. Powers: transforms into a half-woman, half-sea leopard, half-leopard seal. She can swim as fast as a leopard seal. Sharp teeth, legs become flippers of a leopard seal. Her powers only work when she's near or in water. Plus, she can hold her breath as long as a leopard seal. Aggie Lithgow is a very great zookeeper. She rescued a leopard seal from poachers and took it with her to the San Diego Zoo. Only little did she know that leopard seal she rescued was genetically altered by those poachers. They worked for Roxxon Industries. One day she got called in because the animal was acting very strangely. It became extremely aggressive. She tranquilized it and got it into the infirmary to find out what made it act so aggressive. When she found out that it was genetically altered, she had the doctors investigate this condition. They found a transmitter in the animal's back flipper and chemicals that came from Roxxon Industries. Then she got attacked by the animal and got bitten on her left leg. It happened while she was putting it back in its cage. Then she felt very weird and suddenly passed out. 2 days later, she woke up in the hospital. They told her that they had to put the animal down because it was very dangerous. When she recovered, she swam with the other seals, only she received a shock. She transformed into a half woman, half leopard seal. The seals were afraid of her because her feet turned into flippers and her teeth were sharp as that animal. She got control over her powers and decided to fight crime with the West Coast Avengers. She has two best friends, Nicole Bradley and Christoph Carter. She is 26 years old. Her allies should be Nicole Bradley, Christoph Carter, the West Coast Avengers, Stingray, Millie the Model, Yelena Belova, Captain America, and Mr. Fantastic. Her enemies should be the Submariner, Roxxon Industries, Living Laser, Red Leader, and the Hood. Number 14, the Clouded Leopard. Real name Alexei Harp. Powers transforms into a humanoid clouded leopard. Super strength, camouflage, stealth, and night vision, plus super hearing. Alexei Harp is a grand forest ranger who's assigned to protect an endangered animal. It's the clouded leopard. He's been stopping poachers from coming after the animal because they hunted them for trophies and selling their cubs on the black market. One day he got kidnapped by a poacher who worked for Justin Hammer. Justin Hammer had a secret base hidden in the deep Southeast Asian forest. Because of that, he was forced to be a test subject for an experiment to see if they can live life as the animal. They injected a formula made from clouded leopard DNA, and the experiment worked. He transformed into a humanoid clouded leopard. He has super strength, camouflage, stealth, night vision, and super hearing. He shot up a flare to let the other rangers know he was kidnapped. They found him and rescued him. They got him to a hospital and arrested Justin Hammer's men. They couldn't cure the formula that's in Alexei's body. Instead, he got trained to control his powers and use them for fighting crime. Later, he teamed up with the West Coast Avengers and fought the forces of evil. He has three best friends, Yoriko Tachikawa, Haley Burns, and Don Freeman. He is 20 years old. His allies should be Yoriko Tachikawa, Haley Burns, Don Freeman, the West Coast Avengers, Black Widow, Ghost Spider, Amadeus Cho, and Captain Britain. His enemies should be Justin Hammer, Red Guardian, Mandrill, Madam Hydra, Black Cat, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and Blob. Number 15, Ringtail Woman. Real name, Lisa Allen. Powers can transform into a woman-sized ringtail. She's very agile, has night vision. She's a great climber and has super strength. Lisa Allen is a grand student. She is born with powers. She can transform into a woman-sized ringtail, a nocturnal omnivore that lives in Central and South America. She has super strength. She's very agile. She has night vision and is a great climber. Her powers didn't activate until she turned 16 years old. She ended up going to Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Later, she became part of the X-Men and has been fighting the forces of evil ever since she got control over her powers. She has one best friend, Eric Wayne. She is 19 years old. Her allies should be Eric Wayne, the X-Men, the Shi'ar Empire, Cloud9, Jewel, Luke Cage, the Defenders, and Red She-Hulk. Her enemies should be the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, Kingpin, Zax, Elektra, Red Hulk, Bastion, and the Sentinels. I really think these are great ideas, and I believe they need to be part of the Marvel franchise. I recommend you talk to people about it in person. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Reddit, Skype, TikTok, Fandango, Screen Rant, comic book resources, and video chat with people about it. Bye for now. Until next time, I think of another heroes that should get added to the Marvel franchise. Please remember to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and share my videos on social media and share via messaging and email too. Don't forget to check out my playlists